Well, hello YouTube, how's it going? Just another day in paradise, right? That's right. Well, if you remember my last video, if you've been kind of following, we had to pull the head off the Neon. It has 138,000 miles, and we broke a timing belt, and we bent some valve, which is pretty common in these interference engines. And what happens, pistons will come up, and they'll hit the bottom of the valve, and they'll bend it, and when you put the timing belt on and everything, you go start it up, you find out you have a dead miss, and you have to pull the head and fix it. So what I've done is I found online, I can get the entire kit. I can get all 24 valves, water pump, belts, blah, blah, the whole rebuild thing for about $124 versus just going out and buying 4 valves, which I need, which is $15 a piece. You see the math here? Yeah, that's what I thought you would see. I am going to buy the entire kit, so it's going to take me a couple of days to get it, but the purpose of me making this video is these valves down here, the top of them where the keepers are, they either have 3 grooves cut into valves or 1. I don't know which this has, so I'm going to pull the 2 bent valves off and look at it. But I've gone ahead and taken the bolts out of the top of the top of it here, of the rocker arms. And here is the bolts that you got to take off. These are 10 millimeter, pretty easy to take off. And this is actually a pretty simple head to pull apart. Unlike some of the other ones, the 24 valve 2.4 engines, they're a little more complicated. And the head, believe it or not, was easy to take off. You just have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bolts you got to pop off. And it comes right off. So, like I said, the purpose of me making this video is I want to pull the valve out and see what we got. And just kind of look at everything here. Look at the tappets, they seem to be okay. And make sure you keep everything in the same sequence when you take it off versus putting it back on, because you don't want to mess everything up. I kind of got a sloppy organized mess here, but I know how it goes back together. And there's the head, and this is what I've got to do. I'm going to pop, let's see, I believe it is, and I'll show you guys online real quick, the kit I'm going to buy. Let's see, it's these 2 valves right here. They are bent. The intake, and over here on the exhaust I have 2 that have been bent. So the 2 middle cylinders are just fine. The head checks out fine, no cracks. So having said all that, we'll go ahead and pull these 2 valves off and see what I have here. I believe this is probably going to be a 3 groove valve, I'm not sure, but here is the camshaft. Looks fine, no problems there. Like I said, the only problem I had when the timing belt broke, it was running fine, but when it broke, we put another one on. I just took a chance, and we have a dead miss in cylinder number 1 and 4. I don't know if you can see, there's probably not enough light in here, but there's the cylinders. I'm going to clean all this up a little bit later. Everything else seems to be checking out okay. So let me go ahead and pull this off here. We'll look at the valve, in case you're going to be working on these heads of the Neon. These engines, as 2.0s, 2.4s, are very common in vehicles, so maybe this will help you out. So we'll be back here in a little bit. We'll look at these valves. Alright, after some negotiating with some tools, I don't have the proper spring compressor tool to actually get that off. So I stuck it on my press, and I made something and pushed down on that and got this off. And here is the keepers. When you're doing keepers, get you a little magnet like these, like this. These are lifesavers. That way you can kind of get in there and pull them out and all that. And here is the valve. This is what I want to see, and this is a 3 groove valve. That's what I wanted to find out. Let's just go ahead and tap it out real quick so we can get it out here. Should come out pretty easy. And you can see how bent it is. Oh yeah, she's bent. So this is what I need to know, and before we end the video, I'll go inside and we'll go in the computer and I'll show you the kit that I'm going to buy. And this might be an option for you guys if you're doing the same thing like I'm doing. So, mystery solved here. We have 1, 2, 3. We have a 3 groove valve stem. Boy, that thing is really bent too. Look at that. It's pretty crazy. I think you can see that. Alright. And by the way, I'm going to order a spring compressor kit for this on eBay. Probably get one for $30 or $40. So I'll have the optional one in case I ever need it again. Okay, so we're on my desktop, and here's what I'm talking about. Look at this. You can get everything you need. This is for 96 to 99. But what you have to look for, they ask you for the VIN number. Mine is C, the letter, and that's what mine is. And if I click on this, you can see you get everything: head gasket, water pump, a lot of stuff. Now if you pay close attention, you notice there's no timing belt here. Now if I back out of this and go to another listing that I looked at, let's see, right here, for $124 you get the timing belt, and this is for an 2000 to 2005. Then you have to kind of look and see if it's the right, VIN number and all that. But you can see for about $125, $30 you can get just about everything you need. And you can see water pump, timing belt. Now there's no tensioner. There's a hydraulic tensioner that goes on these, but more than likely yours is okay. Mine's okay also. I'm going to make a video on how to reset it. Pretty easy to do. So let me check and see if this is VIN C. So I'll go up here at the top and verify. Mine's an SE model, 4-door and all that. And you got to make sure that you kind of look at the fine print, and it says this is compatible and all that. Now it may ask you if you need the three groove valves or the one groove, but sometimes if you click on the picture it'll show you what the valve looks like. But down here at the bottom it'll tell you there are two valve types for this engine. One has one groove and the other one has three grooves. This listing is for the engine with a 3-groove valve manufactured to meet this exceeds OEM specifications. But that's what I'm looking for. So just wanted to show you, if you go on eBay, there's a lot of dealers and stuff on here. You can get this stuff pretty cheap. Now I checked on just one valve yesterday, $15. So just by getting all these valves, I'm going to save a ton of money. And I can use a lot of these parts on my other Neons down the road. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know about that. Alright, so that's it from Neon Central, I guess you could say. Looks like I'll have my parts here probably in about 4 or 5 days. And when they come in, I'll have an update and hopefully get this thing running again. So thanks for watching, guys. Until my next video, hopefully all these tips will help you out and all that. And these Neons are actually coming back. People are buying these and putting them back on the road because they are actually bigger than the smaller cars they're making today, which is kind of weird. So, but it is what it is. So until my next video, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.